putting the spotlight on local businesses in the capital city. This is 402 Business Insider with Travis Filing and Gary Tharnish on 1499.3 KLIN.
Good morning, Lincoln. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers and Mendoza Family Insurance. I'm Travis Filing with Transformation Marketing. With me, as always, Gary Tharnish from Home Design Real Estate Group. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing great, other than this thing I jammed under my fingernail.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. I am the 1% guy, so don't be surprised.
If that's the worst thing that happens to you today, you're in great shape.
Exactly. I'm able to walk now, so that's good. Right.
Yes. Yeah, no kidding.
How about you? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I'm doing pretty good. Just
good.
Just getting ready for the holidays, you know.
Me too. I was sand and drywall.
Oh, man. Well, this is kind of Shannon loves Christmas, so Christmas big deal for us. But then I love that week after Christmas. We always call it that 13th month.
Yep.
Because I get so much work done because everybody's gone.
Yeah.
It's like you can put your head down and just plow through whatever's left on your list and just start fresh after the first of the year.
Yeah, and nobody wants appointments. You're not going to be making any appointments to everybody. I will. I mean, in my realtor career, I've probably had 2 of the past Christmases where I was showing houses the day after Christmas, because sometimes people come into town.
Yeah.
You know what it is a lot? It's parents that come back, they're visiting the grandkids and their kids moved here. And then they go, you know what?
Yeah, I can't be away.
We can't do this anymore.
Can't be away. Well, we're going to do something a little bit different today. It's always hard to find a guest this close to Christmas and get them to, commit, because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of preparing. And so in the past, not that we've struggled. It was just tough. So we thought, I've had a handful of people say, we need like a marketing workshop, so to speak. Let's just talk marketing, because this is the time of year you're planning that marketing. And I thought, why not? This is perfect timing.
Yeah. Do you know anything about marketing?
I know a thing or two, not a ton, just enough to fake my way through it. So
this will be great then. Okay. A show filled with fakeness. Here we go. Now
absolutely.
Awesome.
So what I thought we would do is we're going to start out with our 5 takeaways, and each of my 5 takeaways is going to be one of the last 5 segments of the show. So 5 takeaways and 5 takeaways. And 5 takeaways is brought to you by the Nebraska Farmers Network. So let's just kind of jump right into it. So
I was going to ask you why you wanted to structure the show around marketing, but I kind of get it, right? So now you're doing your 2026 plans. It's a great time to say, what's our marketing plan? It's hard to execute without one. And you know what? That's a mistake I think a lot of people make. They execute and go, well, okay, I'm going to quickly do this because I don't have a plan.
A lot of people, marketing is a throwaway for them. It's kind of that thing on your list that you need to check off, and we'll just get it done. And whatever it is, we're going to do it, move on.
Yeah.
And marketing is so crucial to business. And I think everybody knows that, but I think most people don't really understand what has to go in it and how to structure it and how to purchase it. And so that's...
and we're going to have 5 takeaways, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just briefly go over what those 5 are, and then we'll delve into them.
Well, the first one is why you should hire a professional. Now, this is not a commercial for me. There are tons of agencies out there. There are tons of marketing people out there. Some are better than others, but you need to really seriously consider bringing on a professional. And when I say a professional, I do mean an external professional. That doesn't mean you can't have an internal marketing person, because they can take a lot of pressure off your external agency, and they can save you a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you need somebody who's objective to kind of stand and help you understand what your marketing plan should be.
And the second thing's kind of interesting.
Yeah. What do you actually sell?
Yeah.
People don't think. People go, oh, I sell whatever it is. I sell microphones. I'm just looking over the studio cameras. I sell computer screens. No, you don't. You really sincerely don't. And that sounds crazy.
No, we'll delve into it.
But yeah, we'll get deep into that one. The third one is make your marketing sticky. And if your marketing is not sticky, it's not going to work. And that sounds weird as well, right?
Yeah.
But
we'll get into it.
Yep. We will definitely get into it. And then, of course, this needs an adjustment.
Right.
Is our fifth segment, which is our number 4 point. Sometimes your marketing needs a course correction.
Yeah, and it can be very quick. We'll get into that, but we've had some this year where they needed to correct something immediately, right? And
absolutely.
they don't, and it's a problem.
And sometimes you have things like some external things that will happen that are out of your control, and you have to make an adjustment. One of my favorite examples is back in the 80s, there was a diet drug called AIDS, right? AIDS, AIDS. Right. And it was this weight loss drug, and they'd been in business for like 10 years. And all of a sudden, here comes the AIDS pandemic.
Right.
And you're running commercials that go, hey, why struggle with weight loss and diet when you can enjoy AIDS?
Yeah.
Whoops. This needs a course correction.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
Wow. I didn't even know that. That's kind of interesting.
Look it up, because now you look at it in today's view,
and
it's hilarious.
Oh my God.
You know, and you go, oh, those poor people. You feel so bad.
And we'll get into number 5 in more detail here, but it's and I can't wait, because it's where media should live.
Yes. Yeah. Where should it be? Should it be on radio? Should it be on TV, cable, billboard, combination, online?
Yeah.
There are all kinds of places your media can live. Planning and purchasing is one of the hardest, and these are all very difficult.
Sure.
But where your media should live is constantly changing. Now, we've been in business 25 years.
Right.
And trust me, where your media lived in 2002 versus 2025, 2026.
Or even 2022. I mean, compared to now with AI being loose and ball of wax.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest mistake that you see business owners make with marketing before we get into the tactics and all of those? What's the biggest one, or your opinion in the biggest one?
You know, there's so many. There are so many, and all of these are major downfalls that people miss. But a lot of people, they just do what feels good. They trust their media rep and just buy without, just kind of blindly buy.
Can't tell that person no. They're a good salesperson.
Bad messaging. And like for me, when you hire a professional, when you hire a company like my company, I'll tell you no. I'll tell you it's stupid. I mean, we had a client who's not a client anymore because we walked away from him. He wanted to put his kids in a commercial. No, your kids are not professional actors. Your kids, and this is society as a whole, right? Like, my kids are the cutest kids in the world to me. They're annoying to you. And if I put them on a TV screen, now they're annoying to your potential customers. It's true, right? My kids are cute to me. Your kids are cute to you, but we're not going to put unprofessional actors on a TV screen because you think they're cute.
So that's a good point to your number one thing, like why hire a professional? Because they'll tell you things that you need to hear, not that you want to hear.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like, I want to have my kids in the commercial, you know, it'd be great. And then the truth is, you know, it's a waste of money, not good. You know, I've made commercials before, so I know that, man, if you got to do 2 takes, 3 takes, 4 takes, 5 takes, kids are going to be like,
oh yeah,
you know, is it cookie time and milk? I mean, I'm out of this already.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and you know, for me, it's my reputation's on the line. Right.
Yeah.
Because somebody goes, hey, who did your commercial? Oh, Transformation Marketing did that. Mental note, do not hire. Right. Because that was a horrible commercial.
Sure. Exactly.
I'm not going to put my name on something bad. I'm not going to put my name on something that I know is not going to work. Now, it doesn't. Go ahead.
So I interrupt you all the time. I apologize.
No,
the question I have is, let's say I feel like, having been in business forever, it seems like, and then knowing a lot of business professionals, and a whole lot of entrepreneurs start their business like me. When I started my business, I knew a whole lot about the business I was buying, very little about marketing. And I made mistakes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which now I'm always trying to tell people, avoid these, because hiring a professional right there helps with that.
Yeah.
Right. But one of the reasons I did not hire a professional is I thought y'all cost a fortune and it's one size fits all.
Yeah.
Is that true? Like, do I have to have a certain amount of money to come in, like 10,000, 15, 20, 30, or can I say, hey, I'm starting off, I've got a small budget, but can you help me?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I mean, we have clients that have started with $500 a month.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, now that surprises me.
Yeah. Marketing is not as marketing is getting less and less expensive. However, your audience sizes are getting smaller and smaller. So is $500 a good marketing budget? No, it's not. But if that's all you have, then we need to be so purpose driven, so laser beam focused, because $500 a month to a small business, that's all they can afford, is way more than the $200,000 a month a regional client might spend.
Yeah. And, there's so many differences now. For example, on media, I mean, when I'll just use a different acronym, HBA, first came out for TV. It was like, hey, we're going to have these great shows and movies and no commercials, whatever. Now you're still paying for the subscription, but you pay more if you don't want the commercials.
Oh,
so that changes everything, because my thought is, if you only have $500, my mind goes to target an audience that's loyal and consistent to that form of media, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And that's harder, much harder to do now today, because it's all at our fingertips. But anyway.
Yeah, and I have a story about that. I have a client who got rid of his marketing, and I'll tell that story later on because he goes, "Hey, we have premium subscriptions, and we don't watch ads. I don't see ads at my house."
Yeah, I saw a great reel just yesterday. I was in a masterminds group on Thursday, and we were talking about some different things, and I said, I think, especially for a realtor, well, in a lot of businesses, but in a realtor, that your brand is everything, and you are always your brand.
Yeah.
My latest client I have is because she spilled a beer on me at a concert, but I did not freak out or Karen on her, or whatever the male version of that is. And we ended up like her and her husband and a bunch of us end up dancing for the whole night. I absolutely do not she might be listening. I do remember you now, Tracy. But anyway, when I first looked at the email, I go, okay, first off, I didn't go to that concert. But now we've established it was the Jason Mraz concert. But anyway, it was just really funny but what hit me is that for what I do, and I think for a lot of businesses, what we do, you require trust. Your clients have to trust you, but it's not the first thing.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they're probably never going to trust you, right?
Right.
You want them to like you first, or like what you're selling, or the experience. The trust comes with that afterwards, and then that you earn.
Right. And even if you're like a monopoly, if you're the only place you can get it and the customer doesn't like you, they're going to have to buy from you until
there's someone else.
There's somebody else.
Right.
And then they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very important. Well, let's run into a break here. 5 takeaways sponsored by the Nebraska Farmers Network. We want to thank them for being a sponsor. NFM exists to support Nebraska farmers, ranchers through education, advocacy, and connection. It's about strengthening agriculture in the communities that depend on it and keeping Nebraska farms Nebraska owned. Check them out. NebraskaFarmersNetwork.com. Quick thanks to the Lincoln Airport. Big announcement this week. American Airlines is coming back.
Exactly, with some great flights.
Absolutely. So very good. Well, this is going to be a little marketing seminar, so to speak. I'm Travis Filing. That's Gary Tharnish. And we will be back with this marketing workshop right after this break.
Hey, welcome back to the 402 Business Insider on this lovely Saturday morning, or if you're listening on the podcast, whatever a lovely day you're enjoying. This section is sponsored by the Cabin Virtual Indoor Golf and Red Rhino Roofing. And in this segment, and today, we are actually kind of doing something a little bit different. It's just the two of us, Travis and I. Travis Filing's my co-host, if you're just tuning in, and I'm Gary Tharnish. Anyway, we're talking marketing all day today, which is really, really great. So that I had the 5 takeaways in the first segment, if you didn't hear it. So the first takeaway, let's tackle into that a little bit more. And that first takeaway was
why you should hire a professional.
Yeah. And we talked about a little bit in the first segment, where I know for myself as a business owner, when I first started, and anybody listening now thinking of starting a business, for me, the marketing part of it was like, I bought all my stuff. I have my widgets I'm selling. I've got the vehicles I need to deliver. I've got the employees. The tax stuff is set. It's all set up. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now I got to get people through the door. And I was a little overwhelmed at what I thought that would cost.
Yeah, it can be very expensive, especially if you make a mistake.
Right.
A lot of people think, oh, well, I'm going to save money by not having an internal marketing person or hiring a marketing firm. But if it doesn't work, then the odds of it working just by being a business owner, it really gets tight, and it can be expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear a lot. I always encourage people, when you are a business owner, listen to radio ads. Don't listen to them for listen to them like a marketer, right?
There you go.
Listen to, what are they selling me? What are they expecting me to do? If you hear a throwaway copy point like convenient upfront parking for all your blank needs.
We fix your car right the first time.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to expect that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff. You better have a friendly, knowledgeable staff, because your competitor does. Right?
Yeah.
So, and people will try, especially new people to marketing, they will try and throw every copy point in the commercial. And if it's a 30 and radio sells 60-second ads, and you start jamming all these copy points in there, people aren't going to hear anything.
Yeah, I'm tuned out.
Absolutely. You have to think of it as one copy point per commercial. That's it. Think of your dog, right? If I take a tennis ball and I throw it to my dog, she's going to catch it because it's one. She knows what to focus on. She's going to catch it. If I take 10 tennis balls and throw them at her, I actually did a video of this years and years ago.
Yeah.
You take 10 tennis balls and you throw it at a dog. She cowers. She doesn't know where to focus.
Yeah.
And that is marketing.
Yeah.
Tell me one important thing, the most important thing about your business and why I should be there, what I'm buying from you, then that's your commercial, and focus only on that.
Yeah, on television, there's a commercial right now, at least it's on cable TV, which we stream. So it's on the streaming channels. And it is for a hoodie. I won't say the name of the company. They can pay for their own ads. But what I like about it, the first time I watched it, I was it sparked my interest. But then afterwards, I said, that is such a good ad, because it doesn't say, we sell hoodies and we'll ship them to you free and we do this and blah, blah. It says a good hoodie is this thing. It also has this. It's waterproof. It just goes through all the things that make me say, so they're kind of throwing up a little bit, like you're saying not to do, but the way they do it, because they add the visual, right, which is a little more challenging if you're just doing radio, is like, that means a lot to me, because now I know whatever, that I need to know about that specific product.
Right.
But I know the radio ads you're talking about, where it's like all over the map with 25 different things. I call it like, don't throw up on your customers, all this stuff that they're going to walk away with. I also think on television's one that slay me are the ones where it's over and you go, what were they saying?
Right. What exactly are they expecting me to do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they say. And some of those are the Super Bowl ones that are paying $1 million.
Oh, they're terrible.
The ad's over and you go, what even was that product?
Right. Yeah. And what really gets me about the Super Bowl is and we're going to do something similar. I have an idea for our Super Bowl show after the Super Bowl, because radio stations, they call an agency and they'll get an ad guy in here and they'll go, who had the best ad during the Super Bowl, which is absolutely the wrong question, because those ads cost between $5 and $10 million between time and production.
And for how many seconds?
For 30 seconds,
I know,
right?
Isn't that crazy?
And so for $10 million, the question is, who had the best Super Bowl ad last year? Because for $10 million, I need to buy a piece of your brain, right? I need it to get stuck in your brain to go, you remember that ad last year, that whatever it is? And if you can't think of any, then they all lost.
A question I have about professionalism in marketing and hiring a company that's a professional company is, I think it's always been important. Your brand, is what I'm wanting to talk about. Your brand has always been important. I think it's more important than ever now. And I think with AI coming out, brand is going to be everything. People are, the one I listened to yesterday, a guy talking about branding said, think about Coke and Pepsi, right? There are people, and I have tons of friends, that they won't go to the restaurant if they only serve Pepsi products because they like Coke.
Yeah.
Or they won't go to the Coke place if they like Pepsi. So if they're asking Siri or whomever now, which are all going to use AI, hey, what restaurant? They're not going to say what restaurants serve soda. They're going to say what restaurants serve Coke.
Right.
So for me being a realtor, people aren't going to necessarily be, they need to know me and who I am, and they need to like me first before they can trust me.
Yeah.
So brand's important, going to be different for every type of client. But anyway, it's all important. Why don't you take us out to a break when you get a chance here?
Yeah. And you and I grew up in the Cola War years.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so Cola Wars were a big thing.
Yeah.
And people are like staunch Coke or Pepsi.
Remember when Pepsi started Michael Jackson's hair on fire?
Oh yeah.
On that ad.
Absolutely. I could geek out on all that stuff.
Yeah.
And here's what's really funny. RC Cola owns one market in the country, and it's Cleveland. And so when I love RC. That's my cola, but I don't get to go. Do I like Coke or Pepsi? Because I like RC, so I don't pick restaurants.
Yeah.
But it's very strange. So I want to do a quick shout out to Western National Bank for sponsoring the show. It's relationship banking. They are real people, growing businesses. It takes the right type of financial partner, and Western National Bank is the partner that you need. Online at mywnb.com. Check them out. Regular guys. Absolutely love them. This is the 402 Business Insider. I'm Travis Filing with Gary Tharnish. We'll be back with more of our marketing workshop right after this break.
Welcome back. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. I can't talk right now.
Words.
Anyway, I think I'm Gary Tharnish, and we're talking marketing today with Travis Filing from Transformation Marketing, which I think is really great because it's so important in businesses. You can waste so much money, or you can spend it wisely.
And time.
Right. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services and the UPS stores. Travis, your we started with the 5 takeaways today, which is kind of an odd say. We don't normally do that.
I kind of like it.
I liked it too. And your second thing, this second point, I think is so, so important. And honestly, as a business owner, for me, for a long time, it was hard to come up with the answer.
Yeah.
And it is, what do I actually sell? I remember actually someone asked me that early on, which is rare to find somebody in marketing a lot that really knows what's going on. And they're like, what do you actually sell? And I'm like, dude, you just walked into a flower shop. We have plants and flowers. What do you think we sell?
Yeah.
But it was really like, that's not really what you're selling.
Yeah. It's not at all what you sell.
Why do people need that? Why are they wanting you? What differentiates you?
Right. Because I can get a bouquet of flowers at the gas station.
Yeah. Anywhere.
And a couple of lotto scratchers to boot. Right.
And the corner.
Give that to my wife.
Somebody's selling stuff on the corner. I mean, you can find it anywhere.
Yeah. And you and I workshopped it. Right before you sold. I was so bummed when you sold because we were going to turn this into your marketing campaign. But we talked about what it is that you actually sell. Why do I buy flowers from Burton's Heralds?
Right.
I'm not buying flowers. I'm telling my wife something. Could be, I'm sorry, I miss you, I love you, whatever it is. It's a feeling that I have. And the other thing is, I'm also buying a reaction, right?
Correct.
Because why don't I just stop by, pick them up, take them home? Why do I have them delivered to her office? Right?
Everybody knows.
Because when Gary walked in, and I would always ask Gary to deliver my flowers, which he did because him and Shannon are friends. But when Gary walked in the door, everybody recognized Gary. And then the anticipation level rises, right? Oh my gosh, that's Gary. That's Burton. Flowers. Someone's getting flowers. Boom, there's the bouquet. Gorgeous, right? And the anticipation goes up. And then you start walking past people, and then you drop them on somebody's desk, and now everybody is jealous. Yeah. And that's what you're selling. You're selling a feeling, an emotion. And our catchphrase for you was, we turn your feelings into flowers.
Right.
And that's what you're selling.
Yeah.
You're not selling flowers.
Exactly.
That just happens to be the thing that gets you there.
And flowers are a dime a dozen everywhere, right? And realtors are the same. I mean, now being a realtor, there's tons of realtors. Everybody knows 7 or 8. What differentiates me? That type of a thing is so important. And at first I spent, I really need to sell the trust factor, because that you want to trust your realtor, and that's really not it.
Yeah.
When somebody doesn't like you, they're not going to want to even trust you because they don't want to be around you, you know? So it's important to always be kind. I've gotten 2 transactions I can think of that totally closed, went all the way through the sale just from being kind to someone at a time when no one else was. Very simple. I never thought anything of it. I do always have my business cards out and stuff, but it does make a difference. And so really what I'm selling, quote, is likability.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like me, you're not going to do business with me. It's hard for me to gain your trust if off the bat you just don't like me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
what do you run into? So you do this, you do marketing all the time. So what do you run in with people when you ask somebody at a computer repair company, for example, or wherever?
Well, I'll give you
what do you get back?
Because my phone rang, my buddy Troy, he owns a company called Pet Once, right? And this is, I said, hey, inevitably you always go, how's business? And he's like, oh, it's doing okay. It's not as busy as I would like it to be, right? His foot traffic is increasing, but not rapidly. And so we start talking and I go, Troy, you're, and I don't do his marketing, right? I said, what is it that you actually sell? And I'm a customer, right? And he goes, well, I sell dog food. I'm out, right? Because here's the bottom line. I can get dog food at Walmart and Menards and Tractor Supply and Hy-Vee, and not to mention it's cheaper and it's
delivered to your door if you want.
And I'm already there. It's a place that's convenient for me.
Right.
And so he goes, well, but our dog food is very healthy. Okay. And he starts talking about, which these are all copy points I know because we've talked marketing before, but not this in depth. And he goes, well, it's cooked at low temperatures and it keeps all the nutrients and all this. And after a while, you kind of sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, right? Womp, 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 womp,
womp. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. And I go, okay, Troy, I'm out. Because I can walk into Walmart and my dog is skinny and has energy for days, right? So she seems healthy to me. And on the other side of it, you go, there's all kinds of happy dogs on all these dog food bags and they say it's healthy. Well, so why would I make a special trip to Pet Once to get my dog food? And again, this is kind of the roundtable workshop, so to speak. And finally he goes, look, you have kids. When your kids were little, you could have fed them donuts for breakfast and ding dongs and ho-hos and Twinkies and all that stuff. And they would eat it. They would love it. They would never complain to you. Why didn't you do it? Well, because it's unhealthy, right? I'm not going to give my kids, I'm not going to put them in an early grave just so I don't have to listen to them whine and complain that they don't want to eat their broccoli. And he goes, that's exactly what we do. He goes, we are giving you a longer lifespan with your beloved animal. We're giving you a healthier animal. We are selling you more time with your dog.
Bingo.
Yeah. We have a winner.
Yes.
What am I buying at Pet Once? I am buying more time with Tilly.
So he's selling longevity.
You're selling longevity.
Perfect.
You're saying, right. So now I'm sitting here going, where else am I going to go? Because Walmart doesn't care if my dog lives or dies.
Yeah.
Right.
So what if you want to not that I would ever do this, but if you wanted to get rid of your neighbor's dog.
Buy Walmart gift certificates.
We're in trouble now. We're in trouble now. Just kidding.
Yeah, but in all sincerity, that's exactly what he's selling.
Yeah.
And he has I'm trying to think of the other. So he does squeaky toys, right?
Sure.
And you go, okay, your squeaky toys are way more expensive than the ones at Menards. But the ones at Menards, I buy squeaky toys, not for my dog, but for my wife, because she loves to give the dog toys. And I buy one at Menards, that dog destroys it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ones that I buy from Pet Once, they last months. And my dog's a powerful chewer.
Because they're good quality.
Right? But yeah, they last for months. So is it more expensive? No, it's cheaper because I get longevity out of it. So this is how you need to start looking at your products going, what do I sell? I don't sell dog food. I sell more time with your pet. I don't sell flowers. I sell feelings and emotion.
Yeah. So how does a business owner, so let's say I've been in business 10 years, or I'm just starting and I have an idea of what I think I'm selling. and it's incorrect. How do I reframe that? You kind of went through it, how with Troy you would do that, but let's say I'm an auto parts store. They're all over the place too.
Absolutely.
You know,
well, what are you buying with, and we didn't pre-plan this, so let's just roundtable this. Auto parts. What are you buying from an auto parts store? I'm not buying auto parts.
Right. I want to make sure it's the correct part. It's going to work.
Right.
And that I don't have to come back because I got the wrong part.
Right.
I mean, it's those types of things. Or I want a suggestion if it's like, you know what, I would do this A instead of B because of this. So I want an educated professional to help me and make it a good experience. I want a good experience when I go in there. Sure. I'm not a car guy.
My knee-jerk reaction is if I set foot in an auto parts store, my car's not running. Right. And so I need to get to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So I need whatever the part is to get my car running.
You're selling reliability.
You're selling reliability. Right.
Yeah.
It's and think of cars in general, right?
Yeah.
Like name 3 car companies. You go, oh, well, Ford, Dodge, Chevy. Yeah. Okay, fine. But now if I said, what about a reliable car? What would you say?
For a reliable car?
Yeah. I'm buying reliability.
Like what brand?
Yeah.
A Chevy.
Chevy. Okay. I would say Toyota, right? Because Toyota owns.
Cars, right?
If I
Subaru,
said
they
safe,
last forever.
If I said a safe car,
Acura,
Volvo, right? So this is what you're selling. You're selling safety. You're selling reliability. So if I owned an auto parts store, I would focus on the right part for the right fix for longevity. Now, I would obviously have to hone that because we just put it together in 5 minutes. But that's what they're selling. They're selling, we're not going to let you down. We are going to make your car run.
So a lot of this also brings me back to step 1 in hiring a professional. And the reason you do that is it's an outside eyes on what you do. And we've talked about this before. Your inner perception of your company and what you sell and what you do needs the professional that's on the outside looking in going, wait a minute, right?
Yeah.
You're not really selling auto parts.
Right.
You are, but it's not really what you want to market.
Yeah.
I
think right now I'm in the market for a mattress, right? So am I going out and buying a mattress? No. What am I buying? A better night's sleep.
Comfort.
Because my shoulders hurt.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm not going, I need a mattress. I need a mattress. Tell me, oh, we have a convenient parked up front, an easy mattress. We'll load it in your truck. You better do all those things. I need a better night's sleep.
You know, that brings up something too. A lot of times I hear or see on a TV ad companies that are marketing just that stuff I expect. Like I expect that, right? I mean, if I'm a bio auto part, I expect that it's the right part and that it's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm coming to your business,
that's a given.
I don't have to park 5 blocks away and walk.
Yes, that is all a given. Yeah. And I think we said it in a previous show, like convenient up front park. Oh, thank God, because I'm tired of having to park and walk 2 miles to get my pizza. Right? Exactly. No, come on.
By the time you get back,
it's a throwaway. If you don't have a parking lot out front, then you need to rethink maybe delivery or something.
Yeah.
But knowing exactly what it is that you sell, and you have to tie into that consumer because, again, I mean, think of Barry Law, right? So Barry Law, one of our sponsors, they do personal injury. I don't need a personal injury lawyer. I don't need one now. I hope I don't need one ever, but now they're selling a result before I even have a problem.
Yeah.
And their result is you're going to get what basically, and I'm paraphrasing here, you're going to get your unfair share of what you deserve. You're going to get compensation.
Yeah.
And so then when that personal injury happens, boom, all I got to do is pick up the phone.
Yeah. So for them, top of mind awareness is very important.
Huge.
Right? It's who I think of first when this situation happens. That's always a really good thing too. So if I'm listening right now and I've started my business, I'm not sure, like, what am I selling? And I'm sitting here listening now going, okay, what am I selling? What are some good steps to come up with that and frame out here? I mean,
I would find somebody to talk with who is probably a consumer, maybe get a couple of consumers together. Why do you buy here? What do you like about our store? What do you like about our service? And just start writing everything down. And the big one, don't interrupt them. Don't try and correct it. What don't you like about our store? Well, I don't like this. Well, we do that because.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Just
hear them out.
Yeah. It's just shut it and listen.
Well, and also look at, so your customers are in my previous profession, for example, they'd come in and buy flowers, right? But really what it nailed down to is they either had pain or pleasure involved. Someone passed away, someone found out they had cancer, or just getting married, or new baby, all of those types of things, right? So that's also important to look at as well.
Yeah.
Auto part, they're buying an auto part because they're in pain, their vehicle's not running.
Right. Yeah.
Why do people buy or sell houses? Pain or pleasure? Pain. We're having a fourth kid and we only have 2 bedrooms. It's already been a nightmare.
Yeah. The
pleasure,
neighborhood's
we just
going
inherited $500,000. We're going to go ahead and buy a house for cash.
Yeah. There's so many things out there that you can, that you buy, and it's not the product. The product is solving a problem.
I also like what does your customer think about? What does your customer get more of from you that they might not get from the 12 other places that sell the same thing? That's another really good way to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, that's kind of what you went through with the Troy example,
for
example, in the pet food.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because what is my differentiating idea? What problem am I solving? And I have to go through it too, because trust me, there are marketing firms everywhere.
Yeah.
There are marketing people everywhere. And I think about, the one example of going back to hiring a professional was I had the client who canceled all his marketing because he was buying premium subscriptions, right? So now this is a problem I have to solve, because I can go get, I'm trying to think of the Paramount, right? So I have a premium Paramount subscription.
Okay.
Right. And I asked the guy, I said, did you read the fine print in your contract? Well, what do you mean? I go, this is temporary. Your premium subscription is temporary. And I said, in time, you're going to see commercials come creeping back in.
Unless
you
pay more.
Maybe, and maybe not, because these people make money one way, right? You don't create Landman and then just get a bunch of money because you've created a cool product.
Right.
You have to sell advertising to pay for all these salaries and actors and sets and everything else. And so when you look at your premium subscription, I get ads in Landman, and in 1923, and in Yellowstone, and in Tulsa King, and wait a minute, why am I paying for a premium subscription? Oh, well, so you don't have to watch commercials during MASH, right? So it's starting to change, and this is something I was trying to explain to the client. Well, he canceled all his marketing, and bippity boppity boo, he's out of business, and I'm not. So he's sitting here telling me that marketing is dead. It's over.
It's
not.
Another thing that comes to my mind quickly here are that words matter. And the reason I say that is, how do people find business now? We used to use a Yellow Page or whatever. Word of mouth is still very, very important, especially if you need a service of some sort. Who's a good handyman? I can ask Siri and there can be 20 of them.
Right.
But also people are getting really, and so a lot of people, I find a lot of businesses on Siri. If I don't know somebody for that. And so I'm going to use some specific words, for example, for certain things I'm looking for. And you need to start thinking of those. So it's like, I need a cleaning service for XYZ, or instead I may be more specific and say, I have a hoarder that's moved out of a house. It is filled with junk that needs to be removed and then cleaned. That might bring me to somebody totally different than I need a cleaning person. And we'll see more of that. Like how people search for businesses is important to think of as well.
Absolutely. And it's owning a piece. I always use the ladders example, right? There's 3 rungs to every marketing ladder. And if you're not on one of those rungs now, you need to find a new ladder. What do I mean by that? If we are going to go to lunch today, okay, where do you want to go to lunch? All right, let's go. There's McDonald's, there's Wendy's, there's Burger King. Okay, I want a chicken sandwich. I don't want, right? Totally different ladder.
What is a sandwich?
Sandwich.
Cleveland boy.
But if I said chicken, now you go, well, there's Raising Cane's, there's Chick-fil-A, there's right. And so now totally different ladder, same business, totally different ladder. So it gives you, you have to start thinking in owning real estate.
Well, we're going to go to break here in a minute, but one thing I want to touch some point in time today too is that if I found a big difference when I started thinking about my business and going, I kind of sell 3 things and you can choose which 2 you want. And it's either quality, service, or price. You want really good service and the best price. That's okay. Quality might be a problem.
Yep.
You want really good quality and really good service. It's not going to be the cheapest priced.
Yep.
Those kind of things too are a little bit important to think about. And people don't quite often. I used to use it a lot when I was planning things out and to say, like for your wedding, for example, well, what is it that you want? Well, I want all 3 of those. Okay. Well, you're going to have a premium price it's not, but if you just kind of want to cut corners here and do that,
we're the same way. Good, fast, and cheap. Pick 2.
Well, we're going to head to a break, but we want to thank James Arthur Vineyards for sponsoring the show. It's one of those places that reminds you to slow down, which is awesome. Have a great wine, enjoy your time with your spouse, family, friends, basically just enjoy life. Award-winning Nebraska wine and an enjoyable experience in every bottle. Learn more at jamesarthurvineyards.com.
Yeah, you're listening to the 402 Insider. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish. Have our little marketing workshop going. The next segment is going to be the fun. 402 Business Insider on Travis Filing with Gary Tharnish. And this segment is sponsored by Complete Family Dermatology and Wyuka Cemetery and Funeral Home. Appreciate you guys. This segment is making your marketing sticky. What does that mean?
Well, you talk about sticky a lot. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's got to stick.
Little like what? Like
it has to stick in your brain.
So like a tagline.
Absolutely. A slogan, a catchphrase.
I need to come up with one of those for real estate.
Oh, I can.
How about we'll sell your house right the first time?
Convenient driveway, upfront parking. Yes.
I sell a house with a roof.
So for sticky, you have to have something quick, something that tells what you do, what you're selling, and you have to absolutely own it.
So you have some great examples here. Let's bring Dave. David's our producer here. He's pretty awesome. Hi, David. Thank you.
Hello.
Always for helping us.
Yeah.
Let's bring him in on some of these.
Absolutely, because we'll see if we'll see how well millions and millions of dollars worth of advertising pays off. If I said just do it,
it's Nike.
That's Nike.
Mm-hmm.
If I said snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh, Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
Very good.
Ooh.
92 years they've been doing that.
And it pays.
The happiest place on earth.
Disneyland.
I'm loving it.
McDonald's.
Think different.
Oh, no. I've heard of that.
Oh,
no.
You can eat it.
Oh, is it iPhone?
It's Apple.
Yeah.
It's Apple.
Think different. I would not have ever guessed that.
That's a tougher one.
Yeah.
It's finger licking good.
KFC.
Be all that you can be.
Oh, I have no idea.
Army.
In the Army.
Really?
Yeah, they used to advertise that forever.
Ah, okay.
So here's the interesting one. So the Army, 1971, I think it was, they came out with Be All That You Can Be. Ran it all the way till 2001, 30 plus years, Be All That You Can Be. Then they had 5 different campaigns over the next 15 years. Can you guys name one?
No.
Army of One. There's tons of them. And then in 2024, they went back to Be All That You Can Be.
No kidding.
Because why are you changing? It's Be All That you know it. You absolutely know it. Bet you can't eat just one.
Well, that's like changing snap, crackle, pop to crunchy taste.
It's gonna be something with like chips, right?
It is chips.
It's like Lay's
potato chips. Very good. Check this out. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more
on Geico.
And Geico.
Yes.
I doubt you'll get this one. Good to the last drop.
Oh no, I've 1000% heard that before.
They're still using it.
Coffee.
Maxwell House Coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
It keeps going and going and going.
Okay.
Going.
Oh, is it like a battery?
It is a battery.
It is the Ever Ready Bunny.
Yes.
Yeah. Energizer.
Yes.
Energizer.
So here's an interesting one. Now, this is a good marketing lesson for people. Originally, in the 1970s, Duracell came out with the pink bunnies with the drums, right? And they were talking about all the different batteries, and like there were like 10 bunnies on the screen.
Yeah, I remember.
And then one would stop, another would stop, and it was the Duracell battery thing. Well, Energizer wasn't one of the batteries that were in the bunnies, right? Because that was part of their disclaimer. So a couple years later, after like 8 years of running this ad, Energizer came out with a parody commercial with the Pink Bunny, and they were showing kind of the same Pink Bunny's drumming, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 and the Energizer Bunny comes in.
More powerful.
Right? More powerful.
Longer
So they
lasting.
took their own ad and used it against Duracell. Brilliant marketing campaign.
I have a question on that.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I have a question on that. So can you trademark it, your tagline?
That was my next. So Duracell, right? Their sales tank because of the Energizer Bunny. They go in, well, it's trademarked in the US and Canada. So what does Duracell do? They trademarked it and ran it everywhere else. So if you're in Europe and you see the Duracell bunny, it's the same bunny banging a Duracell drum, right?
I love it.
Oh, that's just how you do it. And then Coors actually came out with an Energizer Bunny type ad, but it was with Leslie Nielsen wearing pink ears.
That's right. I remember that.
And they got sued. So here's with your marketing, you can steal somebody else's marketing. You can, but be careful. Talk about hiring a professional. It's thin ice, and you don't want to go through on it.
It's a really good book called Steal Like an Artist. It's actually based on it's for artists. But it's kind of that same concept. And a lot of what they talk about there is, if you copy a painting someone else has done, you've copied a painting. It's not necessarily yours. If you do your own version of it, it looks a little bit different. That's different. So in advertising, you have to be real careful of that also.
Yeah.
Because somebody might have it trademarked and then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Then you're toast. You could spend a whole lot of money on something that you have to back away from. Let's do a couple more of these. So tastes great, less filling.
Oh, I have no
Miller
idea.
Can't go. That's Miller Lite.
Okay.
So Miller Lite, I geek out on this stuff. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Miller Lite
That's okay.
did
No,
this
I can't.
campaign from 1974 or 5 until 1995. They had 26 other campaigns since then. Can you name any?
No. See, again, no.
Yeah. I mean, they had Spots by Dick. They had Man Laws, which I thought Man Laws were brilliant. But they had 26 different campaigns, and now they're back to taste great, less filling, because that's what the product is.
And
that's
sticks.
what it does,
And
it sticks. That's why it's sticky marketing.
It's titled sticky marketing. You get it.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
M&Ms. Oh, sorry, David.
And
no, it's okay.
I just threw that out. It's just
You
right
beat me
there
to
in my
it. Yeah,
brain,
yeah.
and it's my favorite little snack, by the way.
Well, and that is for parents, right? Because parents, where are you buying candy? You're buying it in the grocery store on the way out. And I'm tired of having a chocolate smear on my upholstery in the back of my car.
Or it's a kind of snack in the car.
Yeah, it's a good snack. It melts in your mouth, not in your hands. That means it's not on your upholstery. Fill in the blank. America runs on Dunkin'. Yeah, I knew you'd get that one. There's some things that money can buy. For everything else, there's I knew you wouldn't get this one.
MasterCard.
Yeah, it's MasterCard.
Okay.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
No, I've heard of that.
Have you heard that one?
Yes.
Okay, because that goes.
I for sure heard
that's
that.
a throwback.
Okay.
Jingles. Jingles are another way. Jingles are tough. Right. Oh man, you want to talk about hiring? When it comes to jingles, we hire a professional to do the jingles.
Yeah,
we will help. We'll craft, but you have to hire a professional. But like a good neighbor,
State Farm is there.
You know who did it? Barry Manilow wrote and performed that. He was a big jingle writer. He also did I Am Stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on me. Yep. That was Barry Manilow. Do you know Randy Newman, Toy Story?
Yeah.
You got a friend in me. He did the Dr. Pepper song. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, he's a pepper, really? She's a pepper, wouldn't you like to be? Right? Sticky. Nice. They quit running that. How long ago? We could sing every word. Right?
No kidding.
Oh, ice cold milk and
I don't recognize that one.
Oreo cookie, they forever go together. It's the classic combination.
Look at this. Who knew Travis could sing?
Well,
you're staying in key.
My baloney has a first name. It's
oh my gosh.
Right?
That one's a hoot.
And now here's one. There's no way in the world David will get this, but Winston tastes good like a.
I don't know.
You don't remember that one?
No.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston has real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor, and
Like
their
a
easy
real
drawing
cigarette.
filter
That's
lets
funny.
the flavor
Of
through.
course, you don't have cigarette advertising anymore.
That is over 50 years old. They quit. Everybody that's our age and older is going to remember that, right? And this will blow David's mind. The Flintstones. Remember watching the Flintstones and they're smoking cigarettes and they smoked Winston and it was crazy. So what do I mean by sticky marketing? Just what we went through. What is sticking in your brain, right? I remember I was at a national convention we did all the regional marketing for a pizza chain. The internal national marketing guy went on this huge diatribe about it was the ad campaign Dilly Dilly. Do you guys remember Dilly Dilly? No. Do you remember it? Mm-hmm. It was Bud Light. And he goes, "Oh, this is horrible. It's lazy marketing. It's just terrible." And I'm like, this guy does not understand marketing. One of the new phrases that was laid out when that campaign came out, it was the Masters golf. If anybody shouted out Dilly Dilly, so, they always do, "Get in the hole." If anybody shouted out Dilly Dilly, they'd get kicked out of the Masters. That's brilliant marketing. Makes no sense. Don't know what it is, but I think of the product instantly.
Well, we've got to go to a break, Travis. We'll be right back. Stick with us. We want to thank Lincoln Coin and Bullion for sponsoring the show. They've been a trusted local resource for precious metals, rare coins, and collectibles, helping customers buy and sell with transparency and confidence. They'll also help you understand gold, silver, tangible assets as part of a long-term strategy. Learn more at lincolncoinandbullion.com. And Gary Tharnish, we're talking marketing with Travis today, which is kind of fun. Travis filing with transformation marketing. And this segment is This Needs an Adjustment. It's sponsored by Ascend Chiropractic, my chiropractor. They're amazing. Business is all about constant adjustment. Nothing ever works 100% according to plan. And sometimes you need to make a big shift. And that often needs to be timely. Mm-hmm. Travis, your fourth takeaway was making course corrections. Yes. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Course corrections are tough in marketing because marketing is it's not a set it and forget it.
Right.
But it's also, there's course corrections that need to be made, and it's not big ones. If you make a big course correction, it could be dire. We were just talking about it off air, was the Cracker Barrel. Right. The Cracker Barrel logo made a massive change. Yeah. I liked it. I understood why they did it, but the people rejected it. And so they did this massive shift as opposed to subtly making changes. Yeah. Like maybe they should have taken some steps into it. Maybe instead of that like kidney shaped thing, make it round and then start phasing out Uncle Herschel, or maybe get rid of the barrel, or, maybe they have to baby step it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just this off the top of my head because we literally just brought it up during the break. But sometimes you do need to make a course correction, even if you have a big campaign that you've rolled out.
So how do you know when you're Okay, so what comes to my mind is, like you said, marketing is not set it and forget it, So now for me, recording radio ads, I'll have some evergreen. I call them evergreen ones. So like they'll work forever. One of my goals for 2026 is to do some more reels that are evergreen marketing that are really, really simple. Like, hey, parts of a door. Sure. Just for little things like that. But what happens when, how do I know if my marketing needs an adjustment?
And
how do I know that?
It's really, really tough. And again, this is where a professional can help you. But if you're monitoring your marketing on your own, the first thing you have to do is take a look at the seasonality of your business. So when I say, if leads are drying up, that's probably an indicator that you may need to make an adjustment within your marketing. However, like we do Carpetland, right? We do all their advertising and have for decades. Right now it's Christmas. Their leads, I wouldn't say they're drying up. They're dry. They're gone because nobody wants to install carpet and move the Christmas tree and everything else.
Right.
So is their marketing need changed? No, it's the seasonality of it. Nobody wants to mess with it now. When we were selling pizzas, July. I could hold somebody at gunpoint. They're still not going to buy a pizza in July because that's just not a food you think of when it's 100 degrees out. So you have to look at the seasonality of your business, but then you need to go, okay, leads are drying up and we should be selling X amount. So we're not getting phone calls. People aren't walking in the door. That means your marketing is going to need adjusting.
Do you see confusion in marketing?
Like confusion how?
I don't know. You wrote it down here on a sheet of paper. That's why I'm asking. I looked at it. I go, confusion. Hey, people, we have notes. So and I actually read them sometimes. Yes. Anyway, I just read that one and I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean confusion in marketing? But I guess it is important in
messaging.
Right? That's what it is. And I can't read. So there we go. 2 and 2 together. We now have 5.
So confusion.
Oh, wait, 4.
Confusion and messaging it's one of those where, like, if you are trying to make a complex point.
Stop. I can't stop laughing. If you're watching on YouTube, just play it back and catch his face because he's looking at me like, what are you talking about?
Wow. Sorry. Okay. What does that mean? I'll show it to the camera. It's messaging. It's messaging.
It's messaging. I read it. I think I read it wrong. Go ahead.
But if you're trying to explain something that is very complex, right, and you're trying to do it with a radio ad, well, you may need to switch to something visual.
There you go.
Be it television, so you can show, because people will get confused easy. Because the thing I love about radio advertising is it's theater of the mind, right? I can say, if you come down to transformation marketing, there's a 300-foot pink elephant on top of the building. You can paint a picture. You can see that, right? I can't do that on TV without AI and CGI and whatever else. So if you're trying to explain something complex, it may be visual, or you may be using too many words or too inside baseball type jargon. So you can confuse people very quickly, and that will crush your marketing.
Well, I remember one time, it was somebody that was on our team came up with, we were talking about marketing radio ads and stuff, and they came up with it and everything. I go, nobody's gonna understand that jargon. That's like in that we get it here, but nobody's gonna understand that. That's important to make sure you don't do that.
Yeah.
And I'd always say, let's reword this in Walmart language where everybody can understand and everybody gets it.
Yeah.
That type of a thing. It's how I would word it. But it's
explain
important.
It to me like I'm 5.
That works too.
It has to be easy and understandable. And if it's not, then you have to question the medium that you're using to share that point. So confusion can be very tough.
Again, and this goes back again to that's where a professional can help, an outsider. You can call it whatever you want. Somebody that's not in your daily everything that you do, that can look at it from the outside looking in. That makes a huge difference.
Yes, absolutely.
Your clients and customers are probably not going to tell you your advertising sucks.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
But you will, and any other professional will, or you'll know because sales drops or leads drop, whatever. There's something wrong in your messaging. That's happening.
Yeah, and when you look at,
I got the word right.
Yes, you did.
Messaging. I am in kindergarten.
At least you didn't say confusion in massaging. So that could have really gotten weird.
There you go.
But I mean, it's when you have a professional, they are going to help you walk through that and understand. So if you're explaining things too much, I always think of when I left Ohio, I moved to Colorado. Right. And when you get directions from somebody, when you do it back east or even here, go here, turn left, go here, turn right, go 3 lights, turn left. Yeah. When you go to Colorado, it's all north, south, east, west. Go 2 blocks, turn west. Well, because you have the mountains, it's easy. But that's how they give directions. Yeah. Well, it gets confusing, right? What am I, Marco Polo? Am I making a map here?
Right.
Tell me what road to turn on.
It's like, come to our massage parlor. We are very hands-off business.
Okay. That's a very, words mean things. And they mean a lot of things in marketing.
Well, this needs an adjustment has been sponsored by Ascend Chiropractic. You know when you need an adjustment in your business and in your body. Do it before things get out of hand. Total chiropractic care for adults and pediatrics, rehabilitation, acupuncture, cupping, weight loss, the list goes on and on. To see their list of services or to schedule an appointment, go online to ascendchiropracticne.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider. I'm Gary Tharnish. That's Travis Filing, and we'll be back with more of our marketing workshop right after this break. Stick with us. And this is our last segment already. That went by way too fast.
Yeah.
This one's sponsored by Barry Law. And my co-host Travis Filing today. I'm Gary Tharnish, and we're talking marketing with you, Travis.
Yeah.
Of course, you have transformation marketing, so it makes complete sense. But your last takeaway was planning and placement. So
yes.
Planning and placement. What?
Yeah. Where do your commercials need to live? Where are they going to reach people? And the first thing that is making sure you know who your customers are.
Yeah. Who are your people? I was just going to say, so who's your people?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
because if you think about it, like if you are a bank, you go, well, my customer is everybody.
No,
oh, it is and it isn't, right? But it's all different products, right? Because David is, how old are you, David? 22. Okay. David is not going to open a CD. Not now, not for 40 more years, right? So trying to advertise CDs, on B107 is probably not going to be a good fit.
Yeah, it's just like when I was doing stand-up comedy. It's like, know your audience.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of it right there, right?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget when I got first hired, and then at the very end of setting up, I was going to be $250. I'm getting paid for half an hour after a luncheon at a conference and blah, blah. We're getting all done and everything. We're talking comedy, right? So we're talking me, right? So it might not always be PG. And just before the I'm like, I know your audience. I go, okay, and what is this for? And it's like, well, it's for the Nebraska League of Christian Women Conference. I'm like, okay, can I say these two words?
Scratch this joke.
So it's good to know.
Joke.
But that's important in marketing as
it
well,
is.
Right? Very much so.
And it's also knowing who to trust. And this is where hiring a professional is probably the most important, because everybody out there talks a good game. Your TV rep, your radio rep, cable. I mean, and everybody is getting into everything else. What do I mean by that? There are certain outfits that will build your website. We'll do your SEO. Wait a minute, you sell TV.
Well, like the local newspaper anymore is really not much of a local newspaper anymore, but they do everything else.
Yes, exactly. And where's their focus? Their focus is staying alive.
Yeah.
And so they're getting their hands into everything. Are they professional at it? Do they know? They don't know as much as they think they do.
Yeah.
Because they don't immerse themselves in it 100%. Like when it comes to SEO, I have one full-time employee that does nothing but SEO. That's it. 40 hours a week. That's it. I have one person that does 2 social medias 40 hours a week. That's it.
Yeah.
So you have to know that media extremely well to make sure you're doing well at it.
When you talk social media, I had a business owner recently tell them, well, we don't really do nobody's on social media anymore. I go, why do you say that? And he goes, I can't tell you the last time I've been on social media. I go, well, it's not about you.
Right.
Your clients, trust me, people are still on social media.
Yeah.
I get on Facebook every day just to find out what's going on in my family. I have a huge family, tons of cousins, and we're all really close. And that's where everything gets posted. So, I mean, it's interesting. Sometimes you just have to keep your mind from getting in the way.
Yes.
Oftentimes.
And you have to think, like, if you go scroll through Instagram, right? There's ads all over the place. And you're just whizzing by them. It's a good place to put ads. However, that's not a strategy, right? That's a piece of your marketing.
Okay.
So a lot of people go, oh, we put everything on social media. Yeah, don't do that.
Because you're not going to get everybody. Like my business friend I just talked about. You're not going to get him.
Yeah. And again, here we go. We're walking down this fine line. You have to own an audience before you can go to a different audience. So I will give a great example, because we meet with tons of radio reps.
Okay.
And for a long time, they used to have this, I called it whack-a-mole. You're on this station one week, you're on this station one week, that station one week. And if they had 4 or 5 or 6, right? And so you moved every single week to a different station. You're changing your audience every week.
Yeah.
it's good for the radio station because they're selling up a bunch of unsold inventory that they can't move, right? But it's horrible for the advertiser because I'm changing my audience and starting fresh every month.
I've started advertising on this at Broadcast House,
right?
On one of the other stations, and I kind of own Saturday is what I do. And it is shocking now how many people are like, oh my God, I hear you on Friday. I hear you on, I can say the radio station, right? I hear you on Froggy all the time.
Oh yeah.
Every day I'm hearing you every day. I'm like, no way are you hearing me every day because I'm only on Saturday. But it's to your point where it's like, when I first started, I'll just go to radio when I first started. The first radio rep that came in, I'm like, that's exactly what we did, called it the whack-a-mole. And then this lady comes in wanting to sell me country radio advertising. As a musician, it's the one music I really don't like playing on drums. I do now, the new stuff, but the old classics, I was like, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. I'm bored. So I told her, I said, I don't want to do country. I hate country music, And she goes, well, you shouldn't hate anything. She goes, but a lot of people like country music. I go, yeah, but not me. So I'm not going to advertise it. And she goes, are you your main customer? You buy everything you sell? I'm like, what? That's a stupid question. No, I'm selling it. I'm not buying it. She goes, well then, and I did one live ad for all those years, 26 or 27 years. I did one ad on a Tuesday morning. It paid off like crazy because I own the audience.
Well, and here's something too. If you have a low budget, right? You have a small budget.
Yeah.
Saturday is the most listened to day in radio.
I believe it.
Which it sounds crazy.
No.
But it's very inexpensive, right? Here's the drawback. There's no rhythm to it. And that means Monday morning, most people get up 6 a.m. They get ready, maybe they watch the news, maybe they watch whatever,
turn the radio
and then
on,
they jump in their car at 7:05 and they drive to work and they have a favorite radio station, right? And there's a rhythm to it. I'm going to get them. If I run an ad at 7:05 every weekday, I'm going to hit that audience probably 4 out of 5 times every week. Now, if I run that same ad on a Saturday, well, you might have a wedding this weekend. You might be out of town next weekend. So it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'm reaching more people. So if you are consistently on Saturdays, long term, your marketing plan is going to win. Now, it's slow, but it is cheap.
Well, if this answers your thing, one rule that if any business owner could have one rule about media placement, what is it? Is it's own your audience.
Yes. Own your audience. Yeah. And again,
I'm owning Saturday.
Yeah. And don't just trust your media rep because they have to sell their one station, their one TV station, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, you've been listening to the 402 Business Insider, and I hope this little workshop was helpful.
Yeah.
Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish next week.
I'm gone
Travis
next week.
Is going to be at the Browns game.
Yes.
So I think I'm probably going to do the show with Shannon, which will be a lot of fun. She's amazing. And we'll be talking with Bear Furniture. So thanks for making us part of your day, and stay tuned for Grow Lincoln.
14